Hello, everyone. Welcome to your general reading for today. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. For all my subscribers, I'd like to thank you for just believing in me and supporting me. So, without further ado, we're going to get started. Please take what resonates, whatever doesn't leave here. So, let's see what Spirit has for you today. See what your calmness card is today. What is their calmness card today, Spirit? What messages do you have for them today? It says, identify what you are feeling without judgment. So you're dealing with something, you're feeling something about whatever, and you're judging yourself for it. You know your feelings are valid no matter what, okay? So let's look at your energy. Spirit, what is their energy, Spirit? What is their energy, Spirit? What is their energy for today? All right, so we have one, which is unusual. Usually there's a lot. Leave me alone. So what's going on? Who do you want to leave you alone? Is it everybody as a collective? Do you want people to leave you alone? Is there somebody just bothering you? It could be your kids. Maybe your kids are getting on your nerves right now. You're like, please, you guys, leave me alone. Let mommy have some, daddy have some me time or whatever. Let's see what's going on. I was going to turn that light on. It looks bright from how I'm seeing my camera, but when I turn the light on, it looks even brighter. I don't know if you could see the cards with that. Okay. Area you're operating from. Spirit, what area could they be operating from, Spirit? What area are they operating from? Why do they want to be left alone? What area are they operating from? All right, so we have two. Let's see what's going on with you. There's a lack of faith somewhere. So maybe you believed in something and it didn't work out. So now you want to be left alone. And there's a mental block. Yeah, so what I'm feeling like is the reason why some of you want to be left alone is because you believed in something, right? And it didn't work out the way you believed it. So now you have a mental block because you're like, why? You know, like, I believe this. I have faith in this. And you no longer have faith in that because you're trying to figure out why this happens. That's why you want to be left alone because you it's like you had faith. I'm feeling like this says lack of faith, but you have lack of faith now. But I'm feeling like you have faith in something. And whatever you believed in, I'm hearing the word false hope. So you had some type of faith and hope that something was real for you and it turned out not to be. And now you're at this stuck state of mind. You have this mental block because for the life of you, you cannot make this out to figure out like how you didn't know this is what I just heard. All right, so let's look at the area that needs the most healing. Spirit, what is the area that needs the most healing, Spirit? What is the area that needs the most healing? Your religious views. So maybe that's where that lack of faith is at in your religious views because maybe something you believed in and whatever religion you're in, you believed in this and it didn't turn out the way your scripture or something, the way you took it from scripture is what I heard. So maybe you read a scripture or maybe you memorized a scripture from just growing up. And whatever this is, you took the outcome that that scripture said would happen if you believed in something. You took that to heart and you believed in that. And then it didn't happen. And so now you have a mental block because you're like, wait a minute, what? Because this is what, my book said. This is what the scripture said. Okay? So that's how you're feeling. That's what whatever religious views that you have, you took something at face value and maybe it just had an underlining meaning, but you took it literally and you applied it to whatever this is. It didn't work out. You lost faith because of that. Now you have a mental block because you're trying to figure out why this happened and why you feel betrayed. That's what I just heard. What's blocking them, Spirit? You feel betrayed by your belief system, by what you truly believed. What's blocking them? The person you're with. So this could have had to do with an ex person. This could have had to do with the person you're with right now, or somebody that's close to you that's around you. They're blocking you. Maybe they're the ones that did this thing. Okay? Things you need to work on. What is the things that they need to work on, Spirit? What is the things they need to work on? Maybe this person, maybe what you believe, there's two. Maybe what you believed about this person. Okay, you need to work on your negative thoughts. You have some negative thoughts around this whole situation. This is not, these negative thoughts are not serving you. Spirit is saying you need to work on that. It says you are exhausting. So you might be just constantly talking to people about this. And Spirit is saying you need to work on it because you could be burning people out with the same topic because they're trying to tell you, you know, hey, well, look at it this way. Maybe it's this, but you can't get over. That's what I'm hearing. You can't get over the fact that whatever this is, I'm hearing you just, it's almost like you feel like, I keep hearing I should have known. So maybe whatever this is, you believed in whatever your religion is, you believed in a scripture or a saying or a quote that you've been told that has religious tones to it. You believed it, you applied it to your life, you applied it to the situation, it didn't work out, you're trying to figure out why, which is causing a mental block. So you're constantly talking about it to everybody, and they're exhausted now because they're like, okay, how many times are we going to talk about this? Okay, so you didn't know. So what are we going to do now? Like, there are people around you that want to know what we're going to do now. What are you going to do now? They don't want you to, I'm not hearing that they don't care about you or they don't care about the situation, or they're just like, oh, I don't want to be around this person because this is all they're talking about. I'm not hearing that. What I'm hearing is that they don't want you to fall into this rut. These people love you, so they don't want you to fall into a rut. So they're like, so what are we going to do now that we know? So that they can better help you. You have to tell them what you want to do so that they can better help you get through this. Okay? So let's look at love, since this is the next one. This is not a love reading, but this, however it resonates in your life, is how you apply it. Love, what's going on in love? So, okay, so that stayed on my thumb. These popped out. So it says they like you more than they're letting on. So maybe somebody liked you, but then they're opposites. Yeah, okay, so this could be past. So maybe this person act kind of nonchalant, or this could be you. Kind of act nonchalant about some situation in love, but there was a relocation that was going to happen or that needed to happen with this kind of love. And maybe you found out something that caused you not to relocate. And clarity. So you need clarity. We already know that. So somebody, either you or them, in love, likes you more than they were letting on, or more than they're letting on right now. This kind of love, this person doesn't live near you, so there's a relocation for this. Either you're going to have to relocate, they're going to have to relocate, or maybe they already have, but there's a relocation that has to do with this love. But something didn't pan out. Something that I'm feeling like was agreed upon or whatever. Something you found out, something you felt, something didn't pan out, and you need clarity about it. Because what I'm hearing is that it's not making sense to you. Okay? So maybe you were going to move, and then you were going to find out something wasn't what you thought it was or how it was being presented. Or maybe they were going to move, and they were going to find out one of you were pretending not to like the other one as much as you do. Maybe you're keeping it calm because you were trying to guard your heart, or maybe they were. Um, but that was going to be revealed. I'm hearing they already knew you liked them more than you were letting on, or it was going to be revealed that you did or they did. But this was a long distance situation. So, like I said, either they already relocated for this love, or you did, but now something's off, or you found out something was off. Something didn't add up, and so you need clarity. It's, I'm hearing, I'm hearing you feel like I need answers. All right, let's look at the things you need. Spirit, what are the things that they need, Spirit? What are the things they need in this situation? Okay, so now that makes sense why you want to be left alone, because it's just, okay, I was going to put it back. Things you need. A head start. You feel like you need a head start in something. That's been a consensus of a lot of my readings. Um, this has two opportunities. So there's some area in your life you feel like you need opportunities. You also need non-negotiables. So you didn't have non-negotiables in this situation, and maybe when this person relocated, or you relocated, or you're about to relocate, whatever, however that's resonating, you started seeing in this person's personality that this was going to, there were going to be some boundaries that were crossed, and you were starting to notice them, or they were starting to notice them about you, however that resonates. But it's because you did whatever boundaries or non-negotiables that you feel like you had, either with this person, you could have had non-negotiables in place. Maybe you didn't tell them about these non-negotiables, or maybe you did. But then they pushed the boundaries of them, and they saw you didn't stand on these. So whatever non-negotiables, whatever you have said, even if you just said this stuff in the past, what you weren't going to take, what you weren't going to accept, you took all of that with this person. Okay, the next one is to be supported. So now that this situation, whatever has happened, because I feel like something has happened, you feel like you need support. So you don't need anybody beating you down right now about that. You know how you go through something and everybody's like, I told you so, whatever. You don't need that right now. An apology is needed. Yeah, so you feel like you need an apology, or you need to give somebody one. How, like I said, however that resonates. Anytime I do a reading and I say take what resonates, whatever doesn't leave here, it means that sometimes this may resonate in the reverse. So for you, it may be something somebody did to you. So what I'm pulling is what somebody else did to you. You take it how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate at all, do not apply it to your life, because it isn't for you. All right, the last one says, you need to know the difference between mistakes and decisions. So a lot of you have chopped up certain things that have happened to mistakes. But if you were consciously doing it, it wasn't a mistake. This was a decision that was made. Okay? This was mistakes. The same mistake doesn't just keep happening. That's a repeated decision. Okay? So Spirit is saying the things you need to know is the difference between them. And I'm feeling like a lot of you already know that. I'm hearing you reasoned this away. So even though you saw it, maybe somebody even brought it up, you came up with a reason of why something happened the way it happened. Or even in your head, you probably came up with some reasons of why. Kind of excusing it because you didn't really want to deal with it. But I am feeling like you had some non-negotiables that you swore to yourself you would never bend, you would never break on, and you did exactly that with this person, with whoever this is applying to. This could be a partnership, this could be friend, a family member, your child's, whatever. Only you would know where that resonates. Finances. Spirit, what's going on in the finances, Spirit? What is going on in the finances? Spirit, what's going on in finances? So we have two. The first one says there's an unexpected bill. Maybe you've already gotten this. I'm feeling for some of you already got it. For others, it's coming in the mail. I don't know. It could be a big bill. It could be a small bill. I don't know. I know it's a bill you weren't expecting. The next one says your job is keeping you financially broke or stagnant. So maybe your job has you living paycheck to paycheck, even though you, for some of you, you have a good job. But it's just that you're paying out so much stuff. Maybe it's because this unexpected bill isn't like a bill that's a one-time bill and you pay it and that's it. This is probably something that you have to set up payment arrangements. So now that's more money coming out of your check that you're barely making ends meet with every week or every 2 weeks, however you get paid. Okay? So, finances, oh my God, just so stressful. All right, so let's look at the zodiac signs this could be tied to. Spirit, what zodiac signs could this be tied to, Spirit? What zodiac signs could this be tied to? Spirit, what zodiac signs could this be tied to? All right, so we have a Pisces. So if you're a Pisces out there, this is going to resonate with some of you from the Pisces zodiac. We have a Gemini. So this is going to relate to some of you Geminis out there, or maybe the people that you're dealing with is a Pisces or a Gemini. We have a Leo. So that's going to relate to you as well. We have a Libra. The next one we have a Cancer. Look at that. I feel like we're almost pulling like all the signs. We have a Scorpio. Yeah. We're almost at all the signs. We have, who do we need? Aquarius, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Taurus. Look at Aquarius. Aquarius. Wow. We have Capricorn. I need to darken that so you can see it more. Wow. Who do we need? We need Taurus. We have Aquarius. So it's a cosigner for Aquarius. So this is definitely going to resonate with some Aquarius. And we have, what is the last one? Look at that, Taurus. This is resonating with almost everybody from every sign. Who didn't I pull? Aries. Did I pull Aries? I don't think I pulled Aries. I don't know. But damn near every sign. Okay, so somebody from every single sign is going to resonate with what I'm talking about. Either you're dealing with somebody like this or you are that person. But this is somebody from every sign. That's never happened. I don't think I pulled Aries though. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But if it's resonating, if an Aries is resonating, it's for you too. All right, let's see what's coming towards you. Spirit, what could be coming towards them at this time, Spirit? What could be coming towards them? Okay, so this is stuck on my hand, so I'm supposed to take it. The best you ever had. Now, because I was shocked that only one thing came out, right? Only one thing stuck and Spirit said, take it. So I was like, oh, so they only have one thing coming towards them. The best you ever had covers everything. So I'm so glad about that. So I don't know what this is going to pertain to in your life. It could be every aspect of your life, or it could be the aspect that you need it most to pertain to. But the best you ever had is coming towards you. And we love that for you. I love that for you. And we pulled almost every zodiac sign. But like I said, if Aries is the only one I don't know if I pulled. I don't think that I did. But like I said, if an Aries is resonating, it's for the Aries too. So they're not excluded. And so that's going to apply to every sign, every zodiac sign. So that's beautiful because that's never happened in any of my readings. Okay, angel message. And because I pulled Aquarius twice, It's really going to resonate with an Aquarius. Angel message. What is the angel message that you have for them, Spirit? What is the angel message that you have for them? I thought it was on there. It's not. What angel message do you have for them? All right, so you have 3. So the first one says, the closure you seek is not coming, move on. So if you're holding on to something, let it go, move on. You're not going to get closure from it. Because remember, you've been trying to figure something out, and it's giving you a mental block. In love, we pulled, you needed clarity on this. You're not going to get clarity. I don't know why. Maybe this person's just not going to give it to you. Maybe no matter what somebody says, you're not going to understand it. Or, I don't know. I don't know why it's not going to come for you. So the closure that only closure you're going to get is you're just going to have to move on. You're just going to have to take it up as what will be, will be. You know, we're not going to always understand something, and just move on. So for some of you, that's a male out here, says you're a great father. So somebody needed to hear that. Angels messages are coming through saying that you are. So you just need to know that, okay? So if you've been doubting, you know, that's the thing about angel messages. Something will just pop up out the blue, and you'll be like, this has nothing to do with the reading. It does. It does. Because if the angel message is saying it, somebody needed to hear that right now. You need to know you have the green light. So in something that you've been wanting to do, maybe you've been feeling like, I just need to let go of this and live my life. Spirit is saying, bingo, exactly. You have the green light to do so. So we're co-signing that. Okay? And if anytime Spirit co-signs it, that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Because the last thing you want to do is go against your guardian angels or your spirit guides and your creator and mess yourself up. Okay, so if they're giving you the green light to go ahead and do it, maybe you said, you know what, I need to just work on myself. Green light, angels are like, yep. You know, you got angels in the background like, there you go. That's right, you know. So maybe you're like, I just need to just go live my life and focus on myself. Yep. Like, they're just coming through like, and I hear this, that's why I'm telling you. They're coming through like, yes, do exactly that. So yeah, there is just, okay, so clarification for this reading. Come on, pop out. I said pop out, and Spirit just said that too. So maybe Spirit is like, you're supposed to pop out. Like, yeah, this hurt me, this kind of affected me, but you know what? Here I am. I'm back. I'm getting better. I'm gonna do better. Okay. I feel a really good feeling while I'm telling you this. Okay, clarification for this reading, Spirit. What is the clarification that you have for this reading? And it is, let's see. Oh my God, I can't. Yep, remember we were talking about non-negotiables? Clarification is you need non-negotiables. So not only do you need them, but you need to stand on them. Because whatever you thought was a non-negotiable, this taught you that it wasn't. Because you allowed this to happen, even though you have always said, I would never, it couldn't be me. This is what I'm hearing. You allowed this to happen. You even probably told this person that these were non-negotiables, and they pushed the boundaries to see if you allowed them to do what you said you weren't going to do, and you folded. And you could be mad at yourself for that. But that's your clarification for this reading. I'm going to pull a good intentions card real quick and close this out. What is the good intentions card that you have for them, Spirit? What is the good intentions card that you have for them? And it's going to be this one. It says, what's your biggest challenge? Is there something you've been struggling with lately? It could be a personality trait like self-confidence, or an outside challenge like finding a new job. Give yourself some gentle encouragement. What's one small step you can take towards overcoming it? Yeah, so stop beating yourself up about this situation, but be truthful and honest with yourself about the situation. You didn't have the non-negotiables that you thought you had. You didn't. You let somebody overstep them. And so Spirit is saying, do better with that. Set your non-negotiables and stand on them. But this is your reading. Please take what resonates. Whatever doesn't, leave here. As always, be blessed. And I love you on purpose. Bye.